I'm floating above you.
We can change that. I don't know why you're all the way up there. But let's move you down here. You can see double me for a second. In fact, you don't need to see the Lego. Let's make you bigger. Let's stick you there.
So let's give context to chat really quick then, huh?
Sure. Yes. So you were requested to join me today in the grand Studsy Wudsy household to chat about this, the open letter by Mr. Dan Clancy of Twitch 2025, who is the CEO of Twitch as it currently stands. And I say currently stands because there are not a lot of people out there who necessarily want him, as far as I can vibe, to be CEO for much longer.
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
Sounds correct. Yeah. That is accurate.
That's the general Twitchy vibe. So you've read through this letter already, right?
I did read through it.
Okay. I haven't read it fully, but I've sort of read the cliff notes via Zach.
Okay.
Zach, you say Bussy, right?
Yeah, that's his name.
See, I've never heard his name said out loud. I've always thought
he says his own name.
I've always thought it was Busey.
Bussy, it's Bussy.
Bussy sounds even better.
But
though.
It'd be great if he started saying Busey, and then eventually they'll get back to him. I'd love to see that.
Of all the things that I get clip farmed for and start internet beef, it's me mispronouncing Zach Bussy's surname as Busey.
I think that is the least trouble you'll ever get, because you've already been in other internet beefs that are not, great.
Me, Amor? Who, me?
Yeah. Hey, man.
Never. I would never be involved in any internet beefs involving any people in red shirts or spicy comments about people who review Lego sets. Anyway. So Dan Clancy has written this open letter about what he wants to do with Twitch in 2025. I believe he does these on a yearly basis. Is that correct?
I don't recall. I actually don't think he does it every year. So
okay, seems like a very CEO-y vibe to do every year, but
it is for sure.
Okay,
thing that you would expect him to do.
And just in a very, do you want to summarize it, the letter whilst I skim read it?
There's a number of things going on, but essentially the big things are going to continue to work on tools like this for collaboration. That was the first point, which is maybe that's, I don't know. We'll see how we feel about that. Improved mobile experience, which I think we all agreed the mobile version of their app sucks. More ways to share clips or edit them. And then a couple things having to do with monetization, which I think you have thoughts on, which is what spurred this whole thing. They're unlocking a monetization for everyone. So ideally, if you come to Twitch and you start streaming, you can monetize day one. That's probably some of the biggest news I think most people have talked about coming out of this letter. And then the other pieces are more ways to get sponsored for those of us that are monetized, as well as more events that are happening. Those are all the big key points of the letter. So sponsorships, mobile updates, and then monetization and event pieces. So those are all the big things coming out of it. Yeah.
So that's kind of what the Cliff Notes via Zach I saw as well. And Twitch's mobile app, I think universally we all agree is just dog crap in its totality. It's never been good, and it's getting worse. I tried for the first time to stream off it at TwitchCon last year because I thought it'd be a good way to stream the panel that we did. And what better than via directly from the Twitch app, which crashed consistently whilst trying to stream, which is makes almost the app kind of pointless for for a streamer on the streamer side. The collaboration tools, I think we've just discovered quite a lot of its problems live.
So I don't know if you ever watch their patch notes, but they do patch notes like on a regular basis on the Twitch's own channel, and they always, like, over the last several patch notes, they've always tried to bring someone in via stream together, and it's almost always like 5 minutes of them trying to fix whatever technical issue is happening, because it just doesn't work out of the box. Either like the other person's mic is muted, or the audio on Twitch's side is muted, or like they have to finagle it in a way. It's not unlike what we just experienced ourselves here. It's the same deal.
Okay, so we were actually pretty successful then.
So we had the standard stream together experience.
Fair. Okay. I haven't experienced the shared chat I've seen shared chat, and I think from a viewer perspective, it's one of the worst things to like see on the side or at the bottom of a stream, because there's no speed control, and if you're watching someone, like I was watching Ludwig's Mario Party stream that he did with Valkyrie and a couple of other streamers, and that thing was so quick.
Did they turn on slow mode at all? Or
I have no idea. They weren't really interacting with chat, to be fair.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you're a Ludwig level streamer, like his chat alone is going to be crazy. And so if you're not at like slow mode, good luck, right?
Yeah.
Like trying to even keep up as a viewer. So I would say shared chat, if there's someone that's like more like our size of streamer, there are still issues with it, but I'd say speed isn't the issue.
Oh, really?
For sure.
Have you done a shared chat stream yet?
I've done a couple of them at this point, and really the big takeaways are, it works really well, but you have to understand like what your bots are doing alongside the other person's chat. So like if you have commands or automated like bot messages that come up based on certain things that your chat is doing, you have to account for the other channel as well. So like,
so it triggers both?
Yeah. Because as far as these bots are concerned, it doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know. The bots don't know.
Wait.
So
then how does that work for moderation?
Moderators can share mod actions as well. So yeah. I believe Zach, I didn't experience this, but our friend, Zach M. Rutledge and AZ did it, and their bots were like trying to mod each other, like moderate actions against each other, because he thought the other one was like spamming. And so that's part of like the whole thing, is like understanding what that behavior is going to be like. And if you go into it not knowing that, then it's gonna freak out. Your bots will freak out. So yeah,
that's not something I was expecting, because I hadn't done it yet, and my thought was I wanted to know, like, for example, like, and this would never happen because I would never be on a Bricks O'Brien stream without under strict supervision, etc. But like, Brian's streams are, his rules in his streams are dramatically different to my rules in my stream. So like, would his bots suddenly be like timing out people in my stream for very regular things that they would say in my streams? Sounds like it.
It would if they're doing things that his bots would ordinarily respond to. So yeah,
Wow. So there's a
it's
lot
really
more
about
that sort of goes into the back end of like streamers having to like do like a pre-game stream before and try to figure out.
it's really about figuring out what the other person's bots will do with your chat involved.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Bob Lavero is saying that mods can see whose chat is who's not in there, in what you would regularly be your chat.
Yeah,
like
moderators and channel owners are able to see the difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the continuing with the shared, because that was announced recently as well. I think off the back of this being chatted about the shared chat thing of shared viewers counting towards partners and things like that. I like the idea of that. I mean, it makes sense if you're sharing a chat; they're all the same viewers essentially. So,
yeah,
that's really cool. Viewer experience being bad. Editing share clips. Did it need improving?
They definitely wanted to make sure that things like, I mean, they just added Instagram as just like a native thing that you could share to from the Twitch clip editor.
Okay.
So that's pretty nice. Things like that, right? They added the whole vertical version of the editor too. So that's also been helpful. So I think they're leaning into the whole, hey, like we want to help you actually get people to see these clips, which will in turn hopefully get people to come to your channel. So yeah, I mean, it's nice. That's fine. Like,
yeah, it seems like the most consistent tool that they've gotten right when they do an update, though, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing. I've not experienced anything bad via clips.
Yeah.
But those are the boring ones. The one that's really piquing everyone's interest, like you said, is the monetization for everyone one.
Yes.
I have thoughts on this.
Yeah, I want to hear these thoughts.
I am both for and against the idea.
Okay.
I think platforms should incentivize creators to be able to make money off their work from day one. If the platforms are making money off your work from day one, you should be making money off your work from day one.
Yeah.
Simple as that. The against, though, is we have seen this tactic happen on other platforms previously, YouTube being the big one, and it worked out pretty well for a long time, for quite a hot minute, and then someone figured out that someone was uploading Al Qaeda propaganda videos to YouTube that were then being advertised against by, I think at the time, it was a car manufacturer. I want to say like Audi. Audi was and then that sparked the adpocalypse. There are already some very controversial streamers on the platform who do skirt the lines of similar-ish content. That is a fear of monetizing everyone. And to be fair, a lot of these streamers that skirt that sort of category, the main big one that sort of skirts close to that is already monetized. Will more make it more likely for an apocalypse to happen? Will it not? Bit scary. But also, what does this mean for affiliateship? Now, most categories, I would say, if you are good at what you do, affiliateship isn't much of an issue. I'm going to assume within the like gaming categories. Like if you're a good Fortnite player, people kind of flock to you quite quickly-ish, and you can gain affiliateship quite in a smaller space of time. Whereas smaller categories like Lego and brick building, which didn't even exist 6 months ago, it is recognized probably more as quite the grind to get affiliateship. And I mean, Lego is maybe an outlier within that sentence because the community that is fostered inside of it is very many hands make lighter work sort of attitude. But you know, what does that mean for people who have just spent, you know, the better part of most of their time streaming to be like, you know what, I feel like I'm getting into this. I feel like I've got like a community here. I want to, you know, dip my toe into maybe monetizing it and it becoming something I can maybe do a little bit more of with some of that help as monetization, really working that grind to get that, and then suddenly being like, also Joe from next door who's just decided to start streaming playing Balatro can now also monetize. What, like, you know,
Joe Schmo playing Balatro, look at him monetizing.
Yeah, like I'd feel like super crappy as a creator who's just like grinded my ass on Twitch to try and put on like the most entertaining, the most community driving sort of style of entertainment. Really, you know, streaming is not for a faint-hearted person. Like, it is a long time to sort of try to engage, you know, what is it? Is it 25 people? What's the barrier for affiliate?
50 followers, 3 average concurrent viewers, 12 streams, I believe.
Okay. I mean, honestly, getting 3 concurrent viewers is an effort. Like,
it can be, yeah.
Yeah. Depending on your category, depending on what you're doing, there are a lot of people out there who stream to less than 10 viewers at a time. I mean, right now there's only currently 12 viewers here on this stream.
Yeah.
And I've been streaming for coming up to 4 years.
So what I'm hearing is that you want people to get monetized because it gets it more widely accessible for anyone who wants to just start and get that money. However, you recognize that there's a lot of work that has gone into people that took a lot of time to get to affiliate, right? Needing to hit those numbers of like 3 average concurrent, 50 followers, and 12 streams across a 30-day period.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I guess then what would you recommend then?
I mean, that's the $1 million question, really, isn't it? Maybe it's a better percentage deal for affiliates. You know, moving that gap between partner and affiliate on the monetization level.
Affiliate plus, right? There's the plus program. So then it's like, what would we do with that?
I mean, I don't really know much about the plus program. I've never.
Okay.
Do you want to explain the plus program?
Yeah. So the way it works for the plus program is essentially, as a affiliate, or a partner, you essentially have to hit a plus point value, which, if you're not familiar with what that means, there are 3 tiers of subs. Most of you are familiar with tier 1, but then there's tier 2 and tier 3, and each tier is worth a certain number of points. That's to help gauge this as a requirement, right? So tier 1's like 1 point, tier 2 is like 2 points, tier 3 is 6 points. And I'm explaining that now because the plus goal is you have to hit a certain number of plus points as an affiliate or a partner. And then the way it works is if you hit that for a certain amount of time, you are enrolled in their plus program, which actually increases your split. So I don't
increases
have
it
the
for
exact
partners
numbers.
as well.
Yeah, for partners. Well, partners and affiliates do start with the base. I want to say 50-50. And so to get that plus, those plus numbers, you would then increase your split by hitting those. Yeah.
Interesting.
Here, I'm pulling it up right now. Okay. Plus program offers 2 levels of enhanced revenue share rates for qualifying affiliates and partners. So if you hit level 1, that's a 60-40 split. If you hit level 2, that's a 70-30 split. So you could get those regardless of being partner or affiliate.
Wow.
Qualify. Achieve 100 plus points for 3 consecutive months for level 1. So if you achieve 100 plus points, so like assuming everyone's just a tier 1 sub, 100 subs for 3 consecutive months, you are at level 1. If you want to hit level 2, 300 plus points for 3 consecutive months. So if everyone was a tier, assuming everyone was a tier 1 sub, 300 subs. But again, that could be a tier 2 is worth 2 points, tier 3 is worth 6 points. So that's why in some partner streams, you hear these pushes for like, oh, if you do tier 3, you know.
Interesting.
Blah, blah, blah.
Interesting.
So affiliates can get this, and there's actually a number of affiliates out there who are reaping the benefits of this plus program, and they don't even need to be a partner. They're already getting a 60-40 split, or they're getting a 7, like the wildly successful ones who can maintain that 300 sub point count for 3 consecutive months. They're hitting 70-30 rev split. So this brings us back to the conversation of, you know, if there's to be a solution for affiliates to feel like they're getting more out of the affiliate program, there's already a way revenue-wise that they could potentially get a better split.
I mean, this really, to me, then this even more solidifies the why, like, what's the point of affiliate at that point?
Right. Well, I mean, that's the question. And you know, I don't want to discount anyone who is working hard right now to get affiliate, or who has worked really hard to get it. But three concurrent viewers, I mean, I understand that can be very hard for some people, but that said, in the grand scheme of things, I think that was realistically, like, a lot of people, if they were really working on it, they could potentially get 3, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, frankly speaking, anyone who's streaming right now could ideally always have no less than 2 viewers, because you can pull up the stream on your computer and then pull it up on your phone and count as both. So you really only need one person to like, that's not you, to tune in to get that 3 viewership requirement. So
I wonder how many people are doing that trick. I never thought of that trick.
well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have to by the time affiliate program came around. I was already at that point streaming for a while. but like it's pretty straightforward. And a number of people out there, I'm on social media, I'm on Reddit. I see the newer streamers who are like, "Oh man, how do I get that affiliate?" And it's like, dude, you can count for 2 yourself if you have like the devices for it. Like
Yeah.
it's not. You just need one. You literally need one friend or a device that's not on the same network as your home to do it.
Yeah.
And just leave it open on all three browsers. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm not saying it's trivial, because I understand it can be hard to do, especially when you have nothing, right? Like when you start on Twitch, you're fresh, you have no presence on any social media whatsoever.
Yeah.
I know it can be difficult, but
that's the angle I think I was coming from.
Yeah.
Because when
chat says it's a filter for tire kickers. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, because when I jumped to Twitch at I think a very lucky time, and I was sort of handed the idea of Twitch by someone who was already in the community. So I had essentially someone to already champion me, and I was making YouTube content, but like my YouTube streams I was doing, like no viewers, even though I was making YouTube content. So I think that's the mindset struggle I was sort of stuck in when thinking about that. And when I hit affiliate maybe in 6 months on Twitch, something like that. Right. Again, I'm all for people being monetized from day one. But it does still beg into question the testing yourself to have longevity. Are you in it just for the money, or are you in it because you actually enjoy streaming? Can you actually hack it as a streamer? Because it's very hard to be a streamer.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought affiliate as that. I hate to say it.
No, it's fair.
And Bricks O'Brien in the chat also, even with his own caveat, says, "I feel like it's been so long since I've started my online presence. I may have no right to speak on the matter, but 3 viewers is not difficult to get." I feel like it can seem very daunting if you've never done this before, and it does take effort and some consistency. But I'm not trying to trivialize this. I'm not trying to make people feel bad about, like, I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, affiliate's nothing. But like,
I think it's the 3 viewers isn't hard. I agree with that. Maybe it's the followers.
50 follows, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe that's the churn bit. Maybe
that is. I don't know if affiliate is really as cracked up, as many people think it to be, right? Like, it's not. I don't think it's, especially now that if Twitch goes the way that they potentially could go, where like everyone day one is an affiliate. Like, let's assume that's the program, even though we don't know for sure.
No.
Let's assume day one you're an affiliate if you want to be. And then there's going to be people who are kind of in the same mindset of, oh, it took me a lot to get to affiliate. That really sucks now. I mean, I guess I am in the other viewpoint of like, I never saw it as a way to like, I never saw it as status. I never saw it as like, oh, I'm an affiliate. In my opinion,
it's so totally overhyped.
Everyone's gonna get affiliate if they do this enough. That's how I feel about it. If they do it enough, they'll get affiliate.
Yes.
I think maybe Twitch recognizes that, right? And now they're really okay to open the floodgates and be like, hey, if you want to monetize, go ahead and monetize. Because they realize that affiliates actually bring in a ton of revenue across the board. Not one of them, right? Not one affiliate would, or a small group of them, but like, because your average affiliate does, even though they have smaller communities, a lot of them tend to monetize better. A lot of them tend to like have more loyal communities that are willing to throw bits or sub to them.
100%.
So
100%.
They're reaping the benefits of that. They know that maybe like you don't need that soft requirement, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, like in the chat, you see what's like saying there are always going to be people who say I had to suffer for this, so everyone else should as well, sadly. Yeah, that's a lot of partners out there right now who every time affiliates get a little bit more, partners get so like there are some partners out there who feel that way, and it's like,
and they're very vocal about it as well. Very vocal.
Oh yeah, the vocal minority.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I guess it's again. Everything you brought up, you are 100% right. Like it is like what you. There isn't a. Really, like the hype of being an affiliate is very overhyped on other platforms, because other platforms kind of treat Twitch as this magical mystery place where people seem to play games and for some reason people watch. So when you hear they're an affiliate, they're monetized.
Look at that person, yeah.
You know, or maybe they're doing something special where in actual fact I'm stood here in my second bedroom surrounded by a bunch of kid toys talking to 12 people for 3 hours. Like it's, it isn't really anything special.
Right.
Entertaining 12 people for 3 hours, that's something different. But like, right. That could be 12 bots for all I know. I still think half of these people don't actually exist.
Any bots in the chat? Please press one if you're a bot. Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens, right? Like, I'm really curious to see what happens when this all goes live and how many people are, monetized. And I want to see what those numbers look like site-wide. I don't know. I think they're hoping to grow their user base, right? Like if you get more people streaming, see, we got Space Hobo's a bot, Haggard's a bot. Look at these people.
Yeah.
I think if I were to step back and put my business hat on, I think Twitch is definitely they're just wanting to get more people monetized as soon as possible, with the idea and hope that they can grow their base, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's super hard to get monetized on YouTube. Like if you're to try to like compare. Now, if you were like a fledgling streamer who was like, oh man, maybe I can make money off of this, and you're presented with the idea of, oh, I can monetize day one on Twitch if all I want to do is stream, I feel like that's super enticing, right? That removes any barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe that's the move. That's what they're going for here. I mean, and Bubble Lavo still points out they still have to fill out paperwork to get paid. More data on folks for the great algorithm. True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, we have to give our socials and all that. But that said, I think that's the game. I think that's what Twitch is trying to do. Now, what does it mean in terms of like affiliate program? I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's gonna just make everyone an affiliate who wants to be monetized day one, or if it's gonna be some other random program that is something separate than affiliate. I don't know. I mean, time will tell.
I mean, Twitch famously has never made money. it's constantly a loss. And the loss is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, Amazon bought it because it had the tech that Amazon wanted, so they can make QVC style content on Amazon.com. That's why they bought Justin TV. That's why they bought Twitch.
Yep.
So they Bob Laveau saying that 2 bonus emote slots for affiliate. That's the grind, baby. That's the grind.
That's the grind, baby.
That's the grind. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's they Twitch need to make money to survive. Amazon are now recognizing they can't run this at a consistent loss. Yeah. So if they can monetize every streamer with in-stream ads,
yeah,
fantastic. And I suppose they have to reward them in some capacity.
Yeah.
To do that, because the backlash when YouTube revoked their all partner program and then stripped it back to have to reach certain milestones is YouTube still owns the right to monetize your content and you make zero money off it, which obviously isn't an amazing thing. So maybe they're trying to do like a, hey, look, we are the good guys of the internet, of the giant corporations who are trying to, monetize your art. We are the good guys.
Sure.
I think maybe there's a chance that they will do a worse split for monetizing everyone, because what's the base for affiliate now? It's like 50-50 for affiliate base, right?
Yeah.
And then if you run 3 minutes of ads, it's 55.
Yeah,
run 3 minutes of ads an hour, it's 55. So maybe it's like a, I don't know, how evil do you think they're gonna be? Like, could they go as low as 10? Or do you think they'll go like 60?
That would so not be worth. That would, if that was the case, I definitely don't think they would get many people day one, right? Like,
yeah.
How low do you think they would go?
I think if if
that was on the table,
if they were business brained, they would match YouTube, which I think YouTube's base is 60-40 towards the platform.
Sure.
I think that's what they would offer, meaning that they could save face with the affiliate program in being like, look, there's a 10% bump there for, really sticking it out and building a community here, or starting to do that, which is a considerable incentive. It really, if you're able to get your community engaged enough, a 10% bump is a considerable amount of bump.
Right.
I've said the word bump too many times and it now sounds stupid. Yeah, I don't know. It's so like this conversation definitely feels like, man, isn't the internet so at the moment? Just like, it's just there. It's doing what it wants. Right. And we're along for the ride.
I'm very curious to see like what that year over year will be for them in terms of new streamers after this whole program gets launched. I don't know if it's gonna move. I'm totally gonna sound corporate. I don't know if it's gonna move the needle, right? Like, I don't know what it's gonna look like. Maybe it will, but perhaps when you couple that with their new enhanced broadcasting and vertical streaming updates that they're adding, perhaps it just might make Twitch more appealing as far as like another place to create content.
Do you think
who knows
that? Well, obviously they're introducing verticals because they're losing streamers to TikTok and Instagram Reels, mostly TikTok.
Yeah. YouTube Shorts.
Do you think that them implementing vertical live streaming is going to bring over enough people to Twitch? Because the difference between streaming on TikTok, you just need a phone. That's your entire computer. Right. For streaming on Twitch, you need to now learn a open broadcast system. You know, you need to figure out cameras, maybe microphones.
I would hope that's part of their app update. I would hope that they make that really, like, I mean, you've described your experience trying to stream from your phone. Hopefully that is better, right? Like, ideally, the app will make it better to stream in a vertical format. Who knows? I'm speculating. But if I were, you know, one of the people making these decisions at Twitch, that would probably be one of my goals. If my ultimate goal was to get more of a share of the market of live stream on mobile, right? Like, you would want an app that does it well natively.
Yes.
Or else, yeah, like you said, it's not really worth it if you have to learn OBS. I think for the people that know OBS, I would imagine that they see some kind of value in for those people as well, right? Like, there's the promise of like reaching people more on mobile than you have before. Like, that like for someone like me or you, right, who's already used to Twitch, who already knows what we're doing on the platform, the promise and hope is that maybe I'll get more people because they are now going to consume my content on mobile more. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but I think that's what they're going for. So they're clearing out storage space for more shorts too. Yeah, I mean, there's that whole thing with highlights, right?
Yeah.
Highlight storage.
Which I had decided this year was the year that I'm really gonna, you know, use the highlight storage. I'm gonna start, you know, if I make a highlight on, if I make a highlight for YouTube, it's also going to live on Twitch, because I saw that, you know, channels that really utilize all of the features possible get generally they get a little bit more of an algorithmic bump because they're using everything. The algorithm sees them as more valuable and easier to sort of share around, but that then becomes hard when you're, you know, locked to 100 hours. And if you're really making Twitch, you know, making a good go at live streaming, you can burn through 100 hours in a month of like highlights. Easily.
Yeah. Brian in the chat, right? Easy isn't always the goal. I think a lot of this comes down to perspective, a difference between doing this for funsies and those wanting to make a thing of it. A lot of these people coming into it just don't have grasp on that stuff. You can only stream off of the PS4 for so long before you got jump ship to OBS or otherwise. I mean, absolutely. I think that's what this whole enhanced streaming is aimed at, are those people who are really like trying to, per Brian's description, make a thing of it, right? Like, make something out of it. I think that is for those creators, right? Like, I consider myself more than a hobbyist, but not a career streamer, right? Like,
same, absolutely same.
Oddly in between. But I take it seriously, and I think that's kind of like the bare minimum of people that you expect that would take advantage of this sort of thing.
Yes, and I think me and you fit within that category fairly well of people who have gone. I don't mind, spending a couple of hours of my day a week to learn a thing and play around with it and show it off to a community of, look, this is what I've done and this is what we're going to do and things like that.
Yeah,
I've been making content for a decade and a half now on the internet, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Brian says, making this easier for more people to stream, that's more video bandwidth Twitch has to deal with and more cost for them. So is Twitch really trying to lower the barrier of entry for more creators if it's nearly bankrupting them? But that's the thing, right? So they are, and I'm totally predicting this, they are going to eventually make enhanced broadcasting more required. Because then that way they don't have to pay for all the transcoding. That's the benefit for Twitch, to have enhanced broadcasting.
And for the layman and myself, what's the elevator pitch of enhanced broadcasting? Because I thought enhanced broadcasting was like vert and landscape at the same time.
It will include that, but enhanced broadcasting at its core essentially puts the onus on the streamer to create multiple formats. So what we all understand is transcoding, the ability to change a stream while looking at it to whatever resolution we want, right? Whether it's 360, right, 720, all the way up to 1080, right? Mm-hmm. So the way it currently works right now is the streamer on Twitch, they decide what that max resolution is going to be. Most of us go 1080, right? We're like, 1080, that's the resolution, right? Mm-hmm. Well, with Twitch, they essentially have to take that 1080 stream and also make it 720 and 360. And that's why only partners and affiliates, when there's enough bandwidth, get transcoding. Because that is overhead for them. Yes. They are making that happen. Enhanced broadcasting puts that on the streamer. Because there are better graphics cards these days that can encode at multiple streams, NVIDIA with Twitch have basically created this enhanced streaming technology that can now say, okay, Mr. Streamer who has a pretty reasonable GPU, why don't you do all the transcoding? Because your GPU is able to create multiple streams at multiple formats. So
interesting. Man, what really must suck if you stream on Mac, am I right?
Yeah. So the idea, and right now, for optical reasons, they're saying, hey, you don't even have to do it. We're still going to support transcoding the way we always have. Partners will still get priority. Affiliates will get it as available. No one ever has to do it right now. That's what they've been saying. But I see a future where there's a point, because there's a world that exists where we used to say, highlights, have as many as you want. We don't care, right? We're not there anymore. Now they're saying they're downsizing that to 100 hours worth of highlights. I feel like there's a future where, rightfully so, because this helps save money for Twitch, where they're going to say, you know what? If you want multiple streams of quality, you're going to just have to do it on your own using the enhanced broadcasting via OBS or something like it, right? And so I feel like we'll get there eventually, and that will help them cut their costs. Now, how enticing is that if you know that with enhanced broadcasting, oh, I could have a landscape version of my stream and I can have a portrait version of my stream. That feels like a no-brainer to a lot of those creators who want to really make something of it, right?
Yes.
Hey, Lauren, hello.
So then, yeah, I think that then raises the question of what Brian just asked as well. It's like, so is Twitch going to incentivize me doing enhanced broadcasts? Am I going to get, more more hours of enhanced broadcasting, does that mean I get more emote slots? Does it, are they going to incentivize people actually,
Well, I don't think there'll ever be like a number of hours for enhanced broadcasting because, again, we're paying for it, right? We're paying for the bandwidth to make that happen, and we're doing all of the encoding on our systems. But I could see a version of the emote slot thing, right? They're probably going to do something similar where there's going to be some kind of benefit in addition to those extra transcode options. But I'm sure Twitch will find ways to incentivize creators to do such things, right? Where they'll be like, yeah, hey, if you start doing enhanced broadcasting, yeah, maybe you'll get more emote slots, or maybe you'll, I don't know, get priority in recommended streams. I don't know, like whatever that looks like, right? Because they can justify that off the back of like, oh, multiple formats, transcoded formats, right? It's a whole thing.
Yeah, they can send you a bucket hat, Brian.
Create. Yeah, they can send you a bucket hat. They could put, yeah.
Yeah, as a streamer right now, the only incentive is, dual streaming on a vertical platform and on a horizontal platform at the same time. There's like no other incentive though.
Is enhanced broadcasting still in beta? I believe it is. I believe it's still in beta. But I think as soon as vertical is available, it's going to be open to everyone. Because I know that's one of their ultimate goals is to have vertical streaming. And I think if they're, again, I'm speculating, but like if they're smart, they're going to make sure that that is online when like both vertical and enhanced broadcasting for everyone would want to roll out at the same time. Because then they can say, hey, if you want to go vertical and still do landscape, go enhanced broadcasting. You can do both. And hey, it's available. Go for it. If you have an NVIDIA GPU, do it. Do it right now. So,
what about us Mac users? Amor? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you, my guy.
Oh no! I can't afford a new computer. Barely afford the Mac.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh man.
I do have to go in a couple minutes, so I just want to put that out there. But yes,
that's absolutely fine because I should have also raided 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
No,
yeah, no,
it's absolutely fine. No, we talked longer than we planned to. We were only going to have like a 30-minute conversation. This has lasted nearly an hour.
My bad.
No, not your bad at all. The only other thing that I thought was really interesting, I don't think it's in this, but I just want a quick opinion on is you might have seen the Twitch partner the creator portals. Public creator portals, for which they have promised that are going to be made available to affiliates as well within hopefully mid-March. Thoughts, opinion?
Are you talking about the sponsorship deals or the media kits? Because those are
media kits.
They're kind of two things, but they go hand in hand. Media kits are something that every creator, again, who wants to quote unquote make something of it should have. I used to have one through a third-party service, and then they have since gone defunct. So I guess I just need to make one on my own and not be lazy about it. Same. Or just wait till we get access to it here on Twitch. But if you are a creator who is trying to find partners to work with, whether they be game companies, brick companies, Elgato, whatever you want to be, a freaking Hot Pockets ambassador, you're going to need some kind of version of a media kit, which is, for those that don't know what that is, it's just a breakdown of your presence online. You could say, hey, my name's Jake Studs. I have 800 follows, this many concurrent viewers. I've worked with these companies. I helped stand up to cancer, raise, over $100,000, blah blah blah, right? Like it's just it's a sheet that says here's everything that I've done as a creator. And what I do think of Twitch doing it, man, there's so many times where I'm like, why isn't this just something I could just generate off of my Twitch data? Well, I guess now you can. So
yeah,
if you are a partner and soon for affiliates.
Yeah, I think this is ultimately net good. The only thing I worry about is Twitch giving the wrong data on these things. Because as an advertiser, I work in the advertising industry. It is so hard to convince advertisers and people who have money to spend money on Twitch. This will help, but trying to convince, people to work with, for example, me today, okay, I'm on a little bit of a lull on a stream, but as we've talked about previously, if you're got roughly 20 concurrent viewers over, X amount of days, you're roughly in the top 2% of Twitch streams. That sounds exciting to an advertiser.
Yeah.
So that is my only concern, is how they're going to present the data.
Yeah.
But
I think there's stuff floating out there. I mean, Zach Busty has posted some stuff. You were scrolling through it. I see you have it pulled up right there that you have his, but people are sharing their things. So, yeah.
You'd think Twitch would want to make it easier to provide data to draw advertisers. I mean, this is part of their problem. This is why they wanted to monetize everyone.
It's wild, right? Because you would think like a company that's been around as long as they have, that they've put systems in place that could hopefully help them and their broadcasters secure more partners, but apparently not. Hopefully this is a corner for them that they're turning where they can make that easier. I'm curious to see what that's going to look like for people, particularly again those who want to make something out of it. So
yeah, and I can tell you now as well, buying ads on Twitch is hella expensive. It is such a high buy-in to put an ad, just a how you put an ad on YouTube, like before, like a pre-roll ad. That buy-in as a advertiser, you're talking tens, if not close to hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Crazy. Amor, thank you. Sorry for
thank you.
Hanging around for so long. You've got actual work to do.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, dude.
No, it's been lovely. We've discovered how bad this system and how good this system can be.
It can be good once you get it going.